Is the microphone on? Yep, it's on. It's on. Hey, good morning, everybody. Top of the morning. Um, Guess we can spend a little bit of time on Bitcoin. Um, well, I don't know. I suppose the first thing I'd like to mention is this is market open yesterday, right? This this situation here is yesterday's market open, and upon a re-interaction with that, uh, price bleeds out a little bit. That I guess what's the best way I can say this? I think that more or less, I mean, it's not bullish, right? I guess that's probably the best way I can say it. It's not bullish. Um, I mean, things can turn bullish, but it is just when I see this manipulation range, I see this hit it once, draw down, hit it again, draw down, lower high, lower low. Um, I mean, yeah, not particularly bullish. Let's go to a different chart actually. I wanna take a closer look at the 4 hour and just remind myself what in the hell is happening in our lives. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of support in here, man. There's not a lot. I'm not saying there isn't none. I'm just saying there's not a lot. Not a lot of really good looking support. I don't know. Let's try something I don't normally try. Let's see what volume looks like in here. Oh, I guess I did have. I feel like we found a couple of spots yesterday. Um, let's take a look at volume though. It's not where I wanted to go from. What are we doing? I want to go from like here. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, again, maybe maybe this 103,392 to 102,077 area. Obviously we had a significant chunk of volume traded down in here. Um, and that volume, we got enough bullish volume in there to crack the all-time high off of it. So, what's another way we could maybe look at this? We could say that this was a range of price. What in the hell is that golden pocket doing on there? That's not even the template I wanted. We could say that this was a range of price that we broke, up from, and we have not returned to mitigate it yet. I'm cool with that statement. As far as just looking for some manner of RIMC range, initiation, mitigation, continuation. I mean, I've been pretty vocal about how unexciting this is for me, but I also don't think that it is going to stay there. That would surprise me, to be honest. That would surprise me. Of course, it is a multi-day range, though. But yeah, I'm still interested in a revisit of it, regardless. So, yeah, I don't think my TA changes an incredible amount today. I think that 106, am I reading that right? 106,538? Yeah, I think that 106,538 is still moderately interesting. Um, moderately interesting. Uh, but not a ton on here that not a ton on here that I'm super interested in, if I'm going to be honest with you. Um, like in this local area, there's really not a ton I'm interested about. Yeah, I think it's time to take these lows out. I thought it was interesting that yesterday that, you know, we had we had formed a this high and this low and then failed the high, placing weakness on the low, right? So when we hit here and then essentially turned like 15-minute back to bullish, I was thinking like, oh, okay, maybe just a deviation of this range of price for a climb, maybe back up to the top of the range, right? Like pretty just basic stuff. I don't try to overcomplicate anything too much. And but then, like you finally get up for a retest of this break, and we lose some structure, kind of send down, but don't take out the low. I scalped that last night for a little bit of profits. And then, we come right back up to this area where market opened yesterday, and we're climbing down again. What in the hell was I gonna say? Oh, so what does it say about that is like I don't like it's not all the way it should look. You're gonna deviate the bottom of the range and rotate up to the top of it. No, I don't suspect that's how it's supposed to go. Let's see who's in the chat. Let's say good morning to everybody. John Foster, Chris Crypto, top of the morning. T Fata. John, oh, I already said what's up to John. Darren does things. Big time mindset. Mark Dutch Matrix. Nick. Link disrespected me yesterday. I'm pretty sure it did. So, I don't have yeah, I don't have an incredible amount to cover here. Like I said, I have a moderate interest here. Looking at, I always look at everything as a range. If y'all don't know that about me yet, then you learned right now. I always look at everything as a range. So like moderately interested here, but not with the old inverse brontosaurus neck coming down here. I mean, that just doesn't look like how I would want to approach a leveled along. It really doesn't. No, it just doesn't look like that at all. So y'all let me know what you want to look at. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm probably going to set a couple of alerts and walk away from Bitcoin. Not much on here for me today. Let's go once per bar. What time frame are we on? 5 minutes. That works for me. Yeah, good fucking luck here. Good luck here. I'm gonna alert it just because I really don't want to stare at this chart all day. So I'll throw one there. Not excited for it. I'll throw one here, and in all reality, I'm not super excited for this one either. What we got to figure out is like what kind of structure we got to lose to get down to some of these places. Let's do that. Let's come back over here. And so I think I'm looking at essentially this and this prior to taking out that. What structure we have to lose to get there? Nothing important. Let's go check the 30. We got so we kind of already lost 30. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, to me, this just looks like a curve of dollar signs. I'm not expecting a lot of love out of either of these zones. Maybe a little scalpy kind of stuff. I mean, you may not even get something like that out of it. You may not even get something like that out of that one. Well, let's connect these two so they actually make sense. Yeah, so what do y'all want to look at, man? Let's look at what you guys want to look at because this chart's boring. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not into it. I mean, I guess I don't know. I think there is some wisdom in saying if you lose this range, that we could ultimately find ourselves down here, aka I'm insinuating that there could be like a continuation short out of this area, honestly, all the way down to there, potentially even down to there. I just am not confident about any support in here. Is there like a not that I would particularly care, but just out of like curiosity's sake. Um, yeah, I don't know. The two zones I'm moderately interested or in and about a. I'm not seeing it, y'all. Wearable, wearable. Yeah. Sorry. So what do you guys want to look at, man? What do you guys want to look at? Let's see. What else we got in here? XRP. Yeah, we'll do XRP. 105 is key. 105 is key. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I don't particularly disagree with you. We were picking out this zone yesterday. Um, and that does 105 does coincide with the idea of mitigating this prior range. But the thing here's my main issue about 105. Let me clean this chart up and let's talk about 105 real quick and then we'll run over to XRP. Just all of this goes away. Just go away. All of you go away. Yeah, everything go away. Go stop it. Go get off my goddamn chart, man. Get off my goddamn chart. Let's go to the 4 hour. And so to get to 105, where's that again? Down here, right? To get to 105, let's put this sucker on here. It's close enough, right? 105. Yeah. We get some decimals on there. Okay, so to get to an area like this, now you're not you're not breaking super relevant external structure. None of these points are super relevant to me. This one little alarming, but like you've formed at least a 4 hour range up here. You've formed a daily range up there. And by daily, I mean, let me get these stupid fucking brushes off of here again. You got 3 up candles, you got 3 down candles. So like if you break this low here, or this low here, we'll go with that low because that's the lowest. I don't know, man. Like I get that this is just an internal market structure break. It doesn't really have anything to do with external price action, but it would still be like a pretty, like to me that's kind of bearish. Like if you come down and hit 105, I feel like you're just back testing into this prior range up here at that point for a further crawl down. So, and it's not to say that I don't think that there's going to be lift off of 105. I'm fine with some manner of lift off 105, but I don't see it as much more than back testing this prior range. Personal opinions, right? We all got them. So XRP, what are you doing besides pissing me off? Big time mindset. Oh yeah, we got you. Yeah, we'll try and take a look at Link regardless, and we'll take a look at ETH as well. But XRP, man, like, bruv, what are we doing? I think I still like this zone down here. 2.71 to 2.10. I still generally like this zone. Here's what I will tell you about XRP, right? You know, it hit its prior all-time high and retraced back down into its prior sort of range, right? Nipped right off the. This is such old TA. This stuff had just been on my chart forever, well before we even hit this. Um, and you know that's where it nipped into. So it like literally lifted from exactly like on a more macro aspect. It lifted from exactly where I wanted it to lift from, right? So it's kind of the first thing I want to discuss on XRP. Um, this supply here only set a higher low. That's overall a pretty good look. Let's go ahead and get that stuff off the chart. Get this stuff cleaned up. So just following your structure up from the low. You know, daily market structure reads up, right? The first break in daily market structure was bullish break, was down here. And so, you know, what am I trying to say? All I'm trying to say is that this high is still weak on the daily time frame. And this low is still strong on the daily time frame. And you know, we're look at this out of the way. We're filling this gap right now. And I'm just gonna, for the sake of my brain, I'm gonna move that down there. And so, you know, we're cruising down into the discount of this range of price. Pretty much there already. Got real close on that wick. But we're getting down into discount, and we definitely have unmitigated demand down here. And that demand meets all three of my rules by a long shot. It broke structure from left to right. It broke like daily market structure, and it formed quite the inefficiency out of it. So here's another way to look at it. Like it's bearish as hell to lose that low. Like that's super bearish to lose that low. And it doesn't necessarily, I don't see any reason that I don't see any good reason that it should do that. I see no good reason at all whatsoever. So, yeah, I would honestly, I'd probably be watching as early as this low here. We'll take a look a little closer. We'll get down to some like 15-minute market structure, 10-minute market structure or something. See if that makes any sense. Well, we got to figure this out first. Before we can even talk about being down there. I don't love shorting here. I'd say that there is generalized demand in that area where you put in your 15-minute break. Boy, we couldn't even clear that high, huh? Couldn't even touch it. I mean, to me, it's pretty clear that it's time to hunt for longs if you can break 22.31. I mean, I think we would all say that that would be pretty clear if we cruised up out of that range. I think we'd all kind of want to be longing at that point. Clean up all these highs at least, right? I think that would be my target on that. And let's clean up some other stuff on here. This chart has gotten a wee bit on the sloppy side. And this needs to be marked out for sure. There's a massive sell-off in that area that is absolutely supply. Pretty massive anyway. Yeah, and so without like without breaking this range to the upside, I can't target that. Lower high, lower low, lower high. I'm sorry, lower low, lower high. Kind of equal, sort of equal. Definitely lower low. Definitely lower high. I don't think it's ready for a long yet. But you're also approaching discount of the kind of larger time frame range of price, that one that exists between here and here, getting down to discount. So I think it's really time to start. I'd be pretty shy on the shorts, and really start trying to focus on longs. Could be days before it happens. I'd just be a little shy on the shorts. I'd be looking to take profit really soon, just due to how far the retracement has already been between here and here. Well, you get it between here and here. But yeah, I don't love the idea of running off there. Nah, I really don't. I really don't. Like, you couldn't even. I think I just want to wait for lower on that, man. To be honest, I think I just want to wait for lower. I know a couple things here. I mean, I'm just going to leave myself a couple of breadcrumbs because XRP is what is really the vast majority of my holdings. Get dollar signs here. I want to remain aware of that. Where the hell is my text box? No. Yeah, and yeah, and I think I need to leave this breadcrumb too. That this is a fair value gap. I'm going to reduce the opacity on these. And yeah, I'm personally, I don't think I'm ready for anything on this. I mean, the only thing I would be currently interested is if we can get back into this zone between 2.3 and 2.2882. I would be interested if, for whatever reason, we were to re-enter that. I think that would be interesting. You know what I mean? Like, because we're kind of breaking this low right now. And so if we happen to retrace back up into there, I think that's an interesting spot. But I don't think there's anything else particularly interesting in XRP. And yes, I would be watching in this whole zone. Sorry, let me redraw that. From 2.27 to 2.3. I really am interested in this entire zone. I'm just this is the 15-minute order block to me, and refilling this inefficiency that was just created would be the more ideal play, and it's also just a far better risk reward. If price kind of comes up in here and really just starts to lose some structure, you may never see this level on the chart, though, so just be aware of that. Personal opinion. Those are personal opinions. And let's go take a look at, let's go pop over on Link and, what else were we doing? ETH. Well, I'm pretty confident at least ETH or Link disrespected me. Like, why did you have to take that high again? I mean, demand more or less held its ground, but I'll tell you, I was not anticipating another sweep of that high. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I was anticipating a lower high for a lower low, not a sweep of the highs for the lower low. Didn't see that one coming. Um, didn't. Whoop, whoop! I went too far. Let's get back on here. Where are you? Well, is that a Bitcoin alert? Okay. Yeah. Do you think it's going to lift from this low? I don't. Um. Da, da, da. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at the XRP chart right now because I still want this lower section out of this break here because of this inefficiency right here. I would say that to me it is very clear that the positions that caused this expansion in the market, come on, magnet, go away. What did we get out of this? A 27% increase in price, right? To me, it seems very clear that the positions got filled here that caused the 20 some percent increase in price. That seems pretty clear to me. So this is an area that I'm interested in, and I would say Link overall remains locally bullish until you lose that low right there. What did we decide it looked like on the higher time frames? Yeah, 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 very much so. That's a bullish break there of your downward structure. Um, I think it's really time to like. If I was trading Link, I would have an alert at 14,831, um, and I'd really be interested to see how price presents from 14. What do we call it? No, it's 14. Yeah, 831. From all the way from here to here. That's where I would really want to put my goggles on and be focused on what price action is doing. Um, but until then, I just don't know if there's much I would be interested in. Let's delete some of this stuff. That's been addressed. That's been addressed. That's been addressed. Get this fucking chart cleaned up. Jesus. A little bit of unmitigated supply left between 15.9, 15.67. Um, I don't know, man. It didn't look like it would be a clean trade to me. This is the low that created this high. That's a lot to ask to get back up there. I almost expect that it would do something more like here, here. Like possibly even off this 10-minute order block right here. From 15,592 to 15,482. I would almost expect that it would only make it like that high before crawling back down. Just peep at BTC again real quick. Or was that a 5-minute order block? No, that was 10 minutes. What does volume look like here? That button. Anyways, back to Link. That also represents shorting and discount, though. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just not. I haven't seen a really attractive trade yet. Personally, I have not seen a super attractive trade yet. Um, I just haven't. I'm only drawing this out for my personal entertainment, not because I think that creates any significant move. Just a little curious about it. Um, yeah, mainly because it holds up the range. um, man, I don't see anything I love on Link, man. I don't see anything I love on Link. We'll go take a look at ETH. Maybe we can find something today with a decent looking setup, but I mean, this is the last thought I had on ETH relevant to where we're at in the market right now. Andrew Cameron, here's what. Here, let me clean some of this up. Because no, I don't think it's. I mean, his question is it going to hold the value area high? We'll go investigate. My gut tells me no. Um, but we'll go investigate. We got a nice little. Where was that? Give me that. Bring it back. Bring it back. Got a nice little. Got a nice little lift off of that guy. But anyways, it's fucking old news. Nobody wants to talk about that shit. Let's pump up the time frames here. Actually, you know what? Let's. This is what I want to say. If you lose 2,600, I think it could go down quite a bit still. If I would go so far as to say if price achieves like 2570, that it's going to continue to roll over. I think it's got to run through this stuff quick, but look at the approach, man. Look at the approach. There was a lot of supply. There was a significant amount of supply that entered up here. Mm. I mean, if I, dude, I feel like it's going back to 2316. And I think it, I really would have wished it would have done that before taking the fucking high. Um, I think I'm going to expand this zone slightly. It's hard for me to have confidence about this zone after the failure to clear this high. It's just hard for me to have confidence about it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I think there's a really good chance we could be looking at this right now. That's what I think. Yeah, I think 22,274. Fuck yeah, man. Or 27.24. Um and Jesus Saves 77. You're very welcome for the TA. And Jeanette, top of the morning. Well, did I miss anybody else? Sam Zerker. I don't think I got that one. JRMO. Top of the morning. Yeah, so I don't think it's not no. I'm it's just too hard for me to be confident about this. Whether you look at it from, like kind of like Alex does, more from like this momentum perspective thing. Um to me it's this low. To me it's that low. If you start closing bearishly below this, I just don't think that's good. I think if you see price action like that, I think it's going to tumble all this stuff. I think it's going to tumble it all. So yeah, not a lot of good news on that. I mean, I guess if it's going to go down there, we should probably talk about how the hell we could make an entry to get ourselves involved, like Mr. Cameron is. I mean, I know where I want. I just don't think we're going to get there. I want the zone between 2743 and 2701, but I'm not so confident that we will get there. So we're essentially interacting with this order block here that we had lined out on something else. Was that link? Yeah, CRV disrespected me yesterday too. Yeah, this was the spot on link. Oh, not quite there yet. Not quite there yet, but that'd be kind of like a similar concept on ETH, right? Like, because think about it this way: is it the 5? If you surpass this zone, you're going to kind of return your 5-minute structure to bullish. Um, and that's not an overly bearish look right here. So, I don't think that's anywhere near ready for an entry yet myself. I mean, you're coming into it with all bullish candles right now. Let's check the 2. No, I'm not super confident. You've broken about 1-minute market structure so far. But yeah, you see I just continue to print bullish candles. I don't think that's anywhere near ready for an entry. That is a hands off, homie. Hands off. I gotta see some bearish candles minimum. Yeah. I got a little bit of time left. Is there anything anybody else wants to look at? Oh yeah, we did Ondo. You said Ondo. You said Ondo. What's up on the Ondo chart, man? What's up on the Ondo? Uh, I feel the same about it today as I did yesterday. I don't really feel like it's responsible to short down in these areas, which is why I'm like there's not really an entry for me. Um, I just want 88 cents. That's what I want. I want 88 cents. Let's go out to some little bit higher time frame. And I'll just give this caution. Like, is it just a bear flag? I don't know. Find out here pretty soon. Um, yeah, I want lower. I want lower. I want lower still. I tell you, I have a hard time envisioning it surpassing this area of supply. I have a hard time envisioning that. Because I think if you surpass this area of supply from 9.9418 to .9232, I think if you surpass this, you're going to break this high. But why in the hell would you stop at this high? Why wouldn't you take that high out? Well, why the hell would you stop at that high? You should take this high out. Well, why stop at that high? You should take this high out, right? Like that's just curling up stop losses to run. And so if you were to set a higher high from this low, like that does not make any sense to me. That does not make any sense to me. Um, yeah, I have a hard time envisioning it making it past that supply. I do. Is it a very encouraging place for me to short? Well, not like particularly, because it still looks like shorting and discount to me. Whether you look at it from the discount of that local range there, or whether we look at the larger range at play, it still looks a hell of a lot like shorting and discount to me. Um, so I don't particularly love it. I don't love it. What the hell what were we looking at? Oh, it was ETH, huh? ETH was the one we were just looking at that same sort of thing on. Yeah, so you got a couple bearish candles, but now we're bullish again already. Just because there's supply here does not ever mean it's going to work. I only ever mark supply and demand as an area to watch market structure closely in. I never blindly trade any supply or demand. Never, ever. I don't do it. I just use these as areas to watch how market structure performs in. It's all there on my chart for. And so far, higher low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Yeah, I don't see anything in here tradable for myself. Yeah, and so like it would be the same thing on Ondo, right? Like it's just an area to watch market structure in. If it does this, should you be shorting? I would reckon you shouldn't be shorting. Should it do this? You might wanna consider shorting one of these damn things, right? You might want to consider shorting one of those. Though, I mean, again, I'm still I know I already warned everybody that we're in pretty we're in some locally discounted settings to be shorting some of this stuff. Re-entry on spot for Ondo. Oh, spot's a little bit of a different situation. I think for me, Nick, I would want I think I'd want 4 hour market structure on my side for spot. I think that's what I would want. Which currently would look a lot like coming here and coming above here. God damn it, you still have resistance up there. I don't know. I think I would want 4 hour on my side. That's what I would want. Yeah, see now, after having swept this high, come on, give me the box, man. Let's get this back here. Fucking, actually, just delete it. We don't need any of it anymore. Now, if you come back for that guy and break it, it starts to look a little bit more, a little bit better for a crawl down. I don't know if I would want it on the first break. I think I'd rather take it on like the, yeah, I don't know if I would rush that. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Nothing important. So far, just a pretty good amount of lift off of this low right here. But just nothing's my cup of tea today, guys. Nothing. Nothing. TRB, what are you doing, bro? Oh, god damn it. I almost fucking took this shit. God damn, I almost took that shit. I was super tempted. What was it, a time of day issue? Why did I stay away from this? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, it was it was like the middle of the day. And I was like, no way I'm gonna be able to manage this trade. Funny. Funny, haha. Oh man, why weren't we on TRB this morning? No, that's okay. I can tell you right now, I would have it's not the way I would have anticipated it to go down. Not particularly the way I would have anticipated it to go down. This would have been really hard for me to make an entry on. Yeah, that would have been near impossible for me to find an entry on. Yeah, whatever happened to that grass chart? I haven't seen that thing in months. Well, I'm gonna take a peek at NQ and stuff, and then I gotta go. Grass. I think I had that on here. What in the hell ever happened to this thing? Did set a higher high off of this. Yeah, it's in an interesting enough place where I'd be paying attention to this guy. Yeah, he didn't leave a ton of resistance behind. I got to see it back up above whatever this is, 2.1707. I think I'd want to see it back above there for a long. Just use a trend line. I'd have to take a lot of profits by 2.24. Yeah, it looks pretty good once you get past this section here. Fuck it, I'll set an alert on that. That might be the best damn looking thing I've seen all day. I'm currently worried about this. But yeah, I start to feel pretty good up here, man. I start to feel pretty good about that up here. I'll set an alert for that. Thanks. Thanks for bringing that one up. Dominance. Oh, I wanted to look at ES really quick. I'm actually running out of time, guys. I wanted to see what happened with the ES. Okay, that's better than I was hoping to see. It's fucking far better than I was hoping to see. Oh, good lord, that makes me feel better. With the exception of this. But not all hope is lost. You haven't lost your primary low. Yeah, let's get ES to rip here. And then look for longs in crypto. Boy, LTC does look a little A little odd here. Look. I'd like to see another sweep of the low at 92.86. And I just have a general nervousness about setting a low, setting a high, sweeping the low, and sweeping the high. I have a general nervousness that that means this low must go. But yeah, I don't know. I think these would just literally be my two alerts. 97.56 and like 93. I think those would be my two alerts. I don't, for me, I don't hate the idea of not clearing that supply and making a run down to here because you're in premium, right? So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing some structure develop. But like, what structure? All we have is a big fat V. I don't know. My heart is still pointing down, guys. It's still pointing down. An Ethereum Classic. I haven't looked at that in forever. Do I even have that on my watch list? This is going to be my last one, guys, and then I gotta go. I'm way over time. That spot. I have to go perpetual. I have a secret, passionate hate for Ethereum Classic. Again, I just don't like the failure on the high. You already had some mitigation into there. I don't know, guys. Nah, I feel like it's down still. I feel like it's down. Sol, yeah, we had some. Sol was the most respectful of them all yesterday. Was the most respectful of them all. That's where we left off on Sol. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to ask myself is, so like we fall out of supply, we hit the range low, and we go up. But we couldn't make it past supply. Or I mean, really this high here that we marked out yesterday, but either way, like why are we back down here? Why are we back down here? What is it trying to hunt out? Oh, that's why. We talked about this yesterday. This is why. The old weak low down there. That's probably why. Let's get this cleaned up locally. Do we even purge that low? Yeah, we did. I'm bullish above 173.40. And until then, I kind of don't think that she's got it in it. I don't think she has it in it. All right. Well, I have grossly overstayed my time. So you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming and joining me. And maybe we'll do this all over again tomorrow and find something more interesting. What happened to Tom? Okay. Okay. Cool. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Guys and gals. Sorry, rude of me. Guys and gals.